What's happening, YouTube? Ho, ho, ho. Welcome back. Wesołe Świąt. Merry Christmas. Today we got a special episode for all of you guys talking about that jolly fat man Santa Claus, or maybe not. Because here in Poland, he's not the guy that's going to be delivering your presents. Well, not in all cases. So one thing that I found really interesting when I first moved here to Poland is that Santa comes at a different time. Santa comes on December 6th, which is St. Nicholas's name day, and he brings goodies and stuff, and he leaves, it's very small things. He leaves stuff in your shoes that have been nicely cleaned and set outside of your room for all the good boys and girls. But on Christmas Eve, it's not necessarily the fat man in the red coat dropping off your presents here. In the United States, that's 100% the case. It's always Santa Claus. So we're going to talk about the different options of who could be delivering your presents here in Poland. And towards the end of the video, we're going to talk about how come Americans made Santa fat, because guess what? It was an American invention, changing Santa to the way he is now. So, first things first, I live in Wielkopolskie. So here, we have Gwiazdor, who delivers our presents. Now, I did take some notes here, so I am cheating a little bit. But Gwiazdor is depicted as this guy wearing all blue robes. It's kind of like a blue version of a bishop. And this is the person who delivers the presents in Wielkopolskie. Now, if you're in the southern part of this region, or maybe in Małopolskie, you have a couple of other options of who's going to be delivering your presents. It could be the little angel, or it could be a star. The little angel, sometimes family members dress up as the little angel and help to deliver presents, but we like to believe that that's not the case. We like the idea that it is an actual little angel delivering those presents. And this happens when the first star comes into the sky on Christmas Eve. Now, that is one thing that's majorly different here in Poland versus the United States. In the United States, Santa Claus comes at night over Christmas Eve, and you wake up to your presents under the tree Christmas morning. Whereas here, the gifts magically appear underneath the Christmas tree while kids are searching for the first star in the sky on Christmas Eve. Now, so this is where the idea of the little angel or the star comes in. And so in southwest Poland, this is pretty common that it is the star that magically makes your presents appear under the Christmas tree. So I think that's kind of a really neat tradition. Now, one of my absolute favorites is Baby Jesus. And I don't mean to be I'm not laughing at the people who believe this. I'm laughing at the idea of Baby Jesus with a sack full of presents crawling across Poland and bringing them to you. I think this is absolutely fantastic. Now, this is most popular down in the mountains of southern Poland. And from what I can research, this tradition actually comes north via Czechia. And it was first started somewhere around the Protestant Reformation with Martin Luther, where it was decided that they wanted to tie Jesus into the holiday season more, into Christmas, and kind of step away from the idea of other gift givers. Now, in eastern Poland, things get a little funkier. There, it is Father Frost that brings the presents. And this is a direct result of the communist era. And when the Soviets were trying to suppress the control of the church, the Catholic Church here in Poland, they really promoted Father Frost in a big, big way. And so that's where he kind of comes in. And from my understanding, Father Frost isn't like a super popular figure. He's still kind of like a remnant of a bygone era, and some of the Orthodox Poles in far eastern Poland still believe that Father Frost is the one that comes. Now, let's talk about the Fat Man. So, the funny thing is, in the United States, Santa wasn't always fat. And he didn't always wear a red suit. Matter of fact, he wore green and gold and blue for a long, long, long time. But Santa Claus, like everything in the United States, evolved with the influx of immigration. And, you know, we had immigrants from Netherlands and from Ireland and England and Italy, you know, so in France, you had Père Noël, you had Father Christmas, you had Sinterklaas, what do the Italians call him? Bobo Natalia, you know. So all of these traditions kind of melted into each other, and especially in the early 1800s. It was a massive amount of immigration to the United States, and so they brought some of their traditions with them. And like anything else, you know, family, you know, ethnic groups intermarry and traditions get kind of muddled and they grow. So, which I think is pretty cool. Now, were the first images of, or first depictions of Santa being the fat elf in the red suit, comes in 1809 from Washington Irving. He was also the writer of Sleepy Hollow and a few other pieces, but he wrote a book describing Santa. But the biggest one was Clement C. Moore in 1822. He actually wrote the book 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and where it gave a very specific description of Santa Claus. This became popularized because of that poem, and then was utilized by the Union troops in the American Civil War for propaganda. And so they had one illustrator for Harper's Weekly, a guy by the name of Thomas Nast, and he produced a whole series of images of everything from, you know, Santa handing presents out to the troops and food and this and that, and they used Santa Claus as propaganda to support the cause of the North. And in these images, it showed Santa as Fat Man, red suit. Now, one thing that's also very interesting about this is prior to Nast, Santa wasn't known specifically for living at the North Pole, and guess what? He didn't have any elves. It was because of Nast that, in his depictions, that we have the workshop at the North Pole, we have all the elves doing all of his biddings and all this. This all comes out of American war propaganda. How crazy is that? Now, this continues to grow and continues to grow until 1931, when one of the best marketers in all of the world steps in and co-opts the image of Santa for their marketing campaign. And who is that? But Coca-Cola. So Coca-Cola is already a worldwide force at this point. But from 1931 to 1964, every Christmas season, they put out images of Fat Santa enjoying his Coke. And even to the point where they tried to get kids to leave a bottle of Coke out instead of milk with the cookies for Santa Claus on Christmas Eve. So, you know, they managed to spread this image all the way around the globe. Everywhere Coca-Cola was sold, they spread the image of Fat Santa. Now, one thing I think is really interesting, and it's one of the few American exports that I really love, cultural exports that I really love, is that Santa Claus is purely good. You don't have to be religious to like the idea of being good to each other, giving gifts just for the sake of giving, trying to be on our best behaviors so that, Santa brings us good gifts for all the good boys and girls. And yeah, everything in life is about reward. I don't care. You can be altruistic all you want, but everything we do is with hopes of something in return. I think it's fantastic that exporting Santa in this way, people have found a little bit more goodness in themselves, and I think that's awesome. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it. One thing is, I'm trying to hit that 1,000 subscriber mark, and over 90% of you folks that are watching my videos, and many of you are watching many videos after this, aren't subscribed to the channel. And it would do me a huge service if you could hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, make sure you got notifications turned on, and toss me a comment for future videos that you'd like to see down below, or comment where I might have got things wrong. Who was Santa in your region? I want to say thank you to all of you guys that have helped me grow to this point and that have been watching my videos over and over and commenting and helping me grow and enjoy my life here in Poland. Anyways, Merry Christmas, Wesołych Świąt, na razie, dziękuję bardzo. We'll see you guys soon right here on An American in Poland. Thanks again.